So I have been asked how did I learn English many times in when I went to working and do stuff because even though my speaking is not very good, right? My understanding it is very much in an advanced level. I can read it with in my mind. I can understand it in my mind. I can go and read things and go between the lines. That what that the meaning is different that the sentence is saying sometimes, right? I'm not saying that I'm an expert, but in my surrounding, right, my English is really good because I'm living in a place where everyone speaks a different language, not English. So then my English at where I live is a bit, we can say, intermediate or a little bit advanced. um but here's the thing, right? The person asked me this question because this person studied English, tried to understand English in many ways, but could not manage to get to my level with what he was doing. And I say video games. I learned about video games. And he say, I remember, he say, are you stupid? And I say yes, obviously. I'm a fool, right? But I answered the question. Yes, I learned it by playing video games, and I had to explain how. Which, for his surprise, right? He say to me that no wonder he didn't learn English because every game he play and every movie he watched, also that's another thing, he always put the thing in his native language, which I didn't, even if I didn't understand the thing I was watching, I tried to put it in a different language because since I know I will enjoy it, even watching it in a different language, my mind would understand part of it. And that little part of it, bit by bit, year by year, will make me understand the language or at least in a better manner than other people. That's what was happening to me. So I was playing every game in English, right? For example, I start with Final Fantasy, the original in PlayStation 1. I didn't know anything about that game, anything. I mean, I was stuck most of the time in that game. I was stuck even in Pokemon because I didn't know how to heal my Pokemon. I didn't know how to attack. I don't know what was the best effect to against another Pokemon. In fact, sometimes I use Ghastly, right, which is a ghost type. I use normal attacks, which it say it don't do any damage. It don't do, and I was doing that in battle every time. Would understand that normal attack like that will not affect a Ghastly, which it was a ghost type. So little by little, you see, by failing, by doing things that maybe you don't like in the language, right? When I say I don't like, meaning that it's better to play in your native language because you will understand it, right? And by you going the extra mile to play something that you don't understand in a different language, you sometimes can gain a certain amount of skills by doing it. And mine was English. I start to learn it little by little because when I start to explain this to this person, right, which it took a bit or more time to explain because it was not a gamer. It was like what you call a casual gamer, who plays only FPS games. The person who I was talking to, and FPS game like Call of Duty and all of that. So they do have some dialogue, right? But it's not like Final Fantasy, Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts, or RPG games, which are more focused in story, more focused on reading and comprehension, right? And that is where I was trying to comprehend something that I did not comprehend at the time. And because I like it, I want to understand the game. I was having fun playing the game, even though I didn't understand it completely. And or in the beginning, I didn't understand anything. My own mind trying to enjoy, trying to uh, get to know more about what I was playing. I start to learn. automatically. This happened many times in many things. I have played many games, differently games in other language. For example, I have played Yakuza in Japanese. It's something that it came to me one time. I have played many Yakuza, many anime games, right? Because I play any game, and many of them have the language in Japanese. And on time, I was playing Yakuza, and I was normally playing and looking the character talk one another with another, and there wasn't this moment that I was not reading subtitles. Nothing. I was just focused on the story, and I was understanding everything they were saying. Then in a moment, and I think that was an error on my part. In a moment, my mind went, "Wait, why I am understanding this when I'm not reading the subtitles? I'm doing something wrong." And when I look at the subtitle, my mind started to understand 70% less of what they were talking. Then I started to looking at the subtitles, at the character talking subtitles, character talking. And that's when I noticed, I say, wait, I unconsciously start to understand the language. Unconsciously. But when I act, my mind act and understood that I was doing that, it stopped understanding it. So that's why I say when sometimes you enjoy something, you understand it. I was trying to explain this to the person, and he say something curious. He say to me, "So I waste my time and money, right?" This is what was saying to me, trying to study something that I he could not process because it was boring studying English. When I could do it enjoying it. And he told me, I remember he told me, man, that's such a great trick to do, right? Such a life hack was the word I was trying to find. And I say, well, the thing is now, if you try to do it now, you probably will fail. I told him because he's already accustomed to being playing something in another language, like his natural language, right? And even I, right? Even I cannot play anything in my natural language. Meaning, yes, I can, but I like it more in English. My mind already accustomed to read something in English. It's something really, really, a bit, like I said, weird, right? But at the same time, like a hack, because when I was in school, I tried to compare with many people, and now as an adult, I also compare with other people, ask them this question, say, do you know English and how do you learn it? And they all told me, no, I don't know English, or yes, I know, and I didn't learn in a school, or school did not teach me how English learn. I learned it and they tell me by playing this game or this other thing. So most of the people I know learn English by doing something they enjoy, or a language by doing something they do enjoy. I have several siblings, right? Um, I am the youngest of the, like I said, of a household when I was younger, a kid, and every single one of them, right, do not know English. They do not play video games, and they all went to the same school as me. They all went to the same, almost. I think two of them went to the same university as me, and none of them know English. Only I, from my household, know the English and less dominate in a certain manner. And I'm the only gamer, like I say. And all of my friends in school, I have many of them. Many of them do not know English. All of them who I play Call of Duty do not know English. I don't know why, but most of them who enjoy the same time like Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy, or Pokemon, they do know English. It's something really, really weird. I understood that the how could I explain this? I understood then that gaming was the only thing teaching us um, English, unless of my group of friends. It was the only thing that teach us English, because if we leave it at the school, we will know only the basics of the basics. I'm not saying that gaming help me dominate the English like I'm doing right now, because talking is something you have to experience, something that even I, who only talk in videos like this, I'm only experimenting just a little bit, a little bit of experience in talking. So many errors can be passing from my mouth to the mic. I don't know how to mention them, but to put it more simple, my English, when I read it, right, when I can understand it. I Like I said before. So understand it to a certain degree. The gaming teach me, because gaming sometimes teach you to think more outside of the box, unless the old gaming, right? Sometimes you have to read and understand what you're reading, not just, oh, read this, go here. Many games now do that, but in the old games, sometimes you have to read and go beyond what you're reading, and that's some skills that normal life can teach you, but it takes years to teach, right? um but in gaming, is something that you have to learn for you to advance to the next level in what you are playing, right? So when you think about it, gaming touched me like a certain mind of comprehension, right? um, of the language, more than what school or what anything else I can pay teach me. Because like I said before, or like it happened with my friend, he- when you try to learn something by studying and it's boring and you don't enjoy it, you won't learn it. That's normal, happen in music, happen in anything. Sometimes maybe put it in your shoes, right? What did you have you learn in your life, or what do you like, what are your hobby, and you like to do it, and you learn it because you like it, right? Even though it was difficult. But see, maybe when you start to thinking like that, you say, wait, you're right. I learned this even though I didn't know how, or have zero knowledge, but I like it, so I learn it. And if you put that same thing in study, in opening a notebook to study, you will say, no, it's boring, right? So in this manner, I think that video game for me is something that it was part of my life. It was something that helped in my life also, because learning English by playing video games and by learning this comprehension, I have worked in many places. I have speak with many um people who speak English. I have understand it. I have cleaned up misunderstandings with fighting with people who I know, um who I have to work with, right? Or in other words, do project in the university, essays, meaning gaming did help me a lot. When I say a lot, I don't mean, oh, I learned a little bit of the language. No, I mean it was an entry and an intermediate level also of kind of study, but I was playing it and I didn't even notice I got to this level by doing it. Something that, well, is a little bit of my story, right? So it's something that is amazing, and for me, maybe it was not that amazing at the moment. At the time, I did not think it was that amazing, right? But now, at my age, and when I see other people who do not speak the language and having difficult on trying to study, wasting a lot of money and many resources, right, of their life to trying to learn something, I say, well, what I did was something, in fact, amazing, a life changing thing, because it teach me something that is normally many people do not know. You know, because when you think about it, how many people know two language? You will say, yeah, many, okay, but how many can dominate or comprehend the two language in a well manner? I comprehend my native language and I comprehend English in a certain way. I cannot speak it well. I agree. That's only practice. I think of my way. And even though I'm a fool, I still learn something amazing, something that I can use in real life, a skill. And well, I want to how do you call it, share this experience, this anecdote and my story. So other also share theirs if they learn English like me, or if you have problem learning something, you should try something like I did, something you enjoy. For me, it was gaming. I enjoy gaming and understand English like that, and I forced myself to understand English like that. And by the time I learned, let me tell you this: there was no internet by that time. So if I did not know something, I cannot search it. I did not know how. So I have to use my own capabilities to understand what I was doing. And look now, I'm in a level like that. Even though it's not something amazing in level, right, or advanced, it's something that can at least have a conversation with someone, which is something great and something is good to share, and for someone else to know this experience so they also try what I did. I mean, if you have a child, if you know someone, or you yourself want to try to learn something, and maybe gaming or maybe doing something like I say you enjoy can help you. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Hopefully, you like the video, you like my experience, you like the story of my life. It's not all, obviously, um, and I will try to make myself clearer every time I try to do a video. But well, you had to bear with me for now. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And if you want to see more of my videos, I have a few on my channel playlist for the full opinion. You can go and check it out. And I hope that if you like it, you subscribe it, you like it, you share it. And anyway, I see you all the next time. The full out. Bye bye.